What would you do if every night the same ghost appeared at the foot of your bed, just standing, watching, never moving, never speaking, until one night it did? Tonight, we uncover the terrifying story of a woman haunted nightly by a spirit she couldn't escape and a message she never expected. This is the true account of a chilling presence, a haunting mystery, and the secret buried deep in the past. This is the ghost that spoke. The story begins in a quiet neighborhood in upstate New York. A woman named Rachel had just moved into a quaint two-bedroom home built in the early 1900s. It was charming, historic, perfect for her new start. She was recently divorced and had moved in with her daughter Lily to start fresh. But from the very first night, something felt off. At exactly 3:12 a.m., Rachel woke up. Not to a noise, but to a feeling. As she blinked in the dark, her eyes adjusted to see a tall figure standing in the corner, motionless. At first, she thought it was a trick of the light, but the outline was too distinct. A long black dress, pale hands, no face, just shadows where features should be. She flipped on the light and the figure vanished. The next night, it happened again. 3:12 a.m. The same figure, same corner. Rachel kept it to herself, thinking maybe she was dreaming. But by the fifth night, she couldn't deny it. The ghost appeared every night, always in the same spot, always at 3:12 a.m. She tried leaving a lamp on, sleeping downstairs, even staying at a hotel. But wherever she slept, she still woke up at 3:12 a.m. And the ghost was always there. It never moved, never made a sound, until one night. Lily saw it too. Lily, just 9 years old, ran to her mother one night in tears. She said, "There's a woman in my room. She doesn't have eyes." Rachel's blood ran cold. She hadn't told Lily anything about the figure. When she asked Lily what the woman did, she replied, "She watches me. She just watches. And last night, she whispered my name." Rachel knew this was no ordinary nightmare. Something was happening in the house. She began to document everything. Every time the ghost appeared, she even set up a camera in her room. What she saw would change everything. The footage showed Rachel sleeping. Then, precisely at 3:12 a.m., her body would twitch and her eyes open. In the corner of the frame, the air shimmered. Then, slowly a shape formed, a human outline. There was no one physically there, but the energy was undeniable. She showed it to a friend who worked in paranormal investigations. He was stunned. He confirmed what Rachel feared. She wasn't imagining anything. This was a full-body apparition, not a residual haunting, but an intelligent one. And that meant it could communicate. On the 31st night, Rachel woke up like clockwork, but this time the ghost was closer. Instead of the corner, it stood at the foot of her bed. It raised its hand and pointed at her. Rachel sat frozen. And then, a voice, soft, echoing, like it came from a well. It said, "You found the house. Now find the truth." The ghost vanished, but her words echoed in Rachel's mind. What truth? What was the ghost trying to tell her? The next day, Rachel began to research the history of her home. Through old town records, she discovered the house had once belonged to a woman named Eleanor Wickham in the 1920s. Eleanor had lost her daughter, Charlotte, in a tragic accident. She was never the same afterward. According to local legend, Eleanor began practicing spiritualism to contact her daughter until one day, she vanished. Some said she died in the house. Others believed she went mad. Rachel found no official death certificate, but in the attic behind an old panel, she made a chilling discovery. An old photograph of a woman in a black dress, eerily similar to the figure she saw each night. On the back, it read, "I will wait for her at 3:12. Rachel realized the ghost wasn't trying to harm her. It was trying to be heard. That night, she sat awake, holding the photograph, waiting. At 3:12 a.m., the room grew cold. The ghost appeared, this time by her side. Rachel whispered, "Are you Eleanor?" The ghost nodded, then reached out and touched the photo. She whispered, "Tell her I'm sorry. I never meant to leave." And just like that, she faded. From that night on, the haunting stopped. No more 3:12 a.m. No more shadows. just silence. Rachel later found out Eleanor's daughter, Charlotte, had survived the accident and was adopted by a nearby family. They never saw each other again. Perhaps Eleanor stayed behind, waiting for forgiveness she never received. And now, her message was finally heard. Some hauntings aren't curses. They're unfinished stories, echoes of grief, whispers of love lost to time. And sometimes all it takes to end them is to listen. If this story gave you chills, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more true ghost stories. And tell us in the comments, do you believe in messages from beyond the grave?